Yeah, so I'm making my way back out now around Dewthorn Lake. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I love the sunshine. The wind is, well, it's not bad in here in the bush. Once you go out to the open areas, the wind is a bit stiff. But it's not really cold unless you're, well, when I'm hiking like this, I get warm. Sometimes too warm. But then when I stop, of course, I've been sweating, and that makes you cold pretty quick, especially with the breeze. So, yeah, catch-22, I guess. Yeah. But most of the time I keep moving anyway, so it's not a big bother to me. I don't like sitting around, even like for things like ice fishing. One of the reasons I can't do that is because I just can't sit around. I have to be moving all the time. Okay. Yeah, the trail back now is pretty level. Just one big downhill just before I get back out to the Jeep. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Yeah, you can see my snowshoe tracks coming in there. They're not sinking that deep, but that one there is a bit deeper. So, yeah. Anybody else wants to come in here now? There's a snowshoe track laid down. Make things easier for you. People that don't like walking on the ice, that is. Like me. It's always easier when you have a snowshoe track to follow. I've done some hikes in the past, snowshoe hikes, where the snow was a lot deeper than this, and there was no snowshoe tracks at all. Just pure driven snow. Let me tell you something. If you want a workout, there's nothing like that for a workout. Oh boy. Of course, walking, you know, the human body was made for walking. It's a natural purpose of the human body, not running. I always laugh when I see people running because their thinking mind is going with a trend, an idea, and that's never the right thing to do. Running is hard on your joints, knees, ankles, well, even your feet too, hips. Yeah, when you're young, you don't notice it too much. But let me tell you, when those constant runners get older, they're going to feel it. Yeah. I always, you know, it always amazes me, people that actually were professional, in some kind of professional sports. And you hear about them dying young in their 50s or 60s, you know. You have to wonder, I mean, is all that exercise good for you? You know. Maybe when you push things too hard, it's not good for you. Just the same as anything else, you know. Too much of a good thing is not good for you. So, but walking, I mean, I've done that all my life. And I'm still going. My knees never bother me. None of my joints bother me. I can go for as long as I need to go. Yeah, and I'll be 72 in May. So, yeah. That's the proof. Walk, walk, walk. Don't sit on your ass all day and wonder where your life went to. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not disparaging the people who can't go. I mean, I know some people who have bad knees and who can barely walk on dry pavement. So, yeah, I'm talking about people who sit there and they're perfectly able-bodied. Although, if you ask them, they say, oh, no, I can't. I know so many people that will make excuses just not to do something. Well, I'm not going to say anything about any specific people, but there's people that will say they're allergic to something. Let's say if you're eating food, oh, I'm allergic to that, I can't eat it. And they're not allergic to it at all. They just don't like it. They don't want to say, I don't like it. oh, I'm allergic to it. It sounds better, eh? It's more acceptable, socially acceptable. It's the same with things like hiking and keeping active outside. People will say, oh, I can't do that. My back is bad or something like that. When they could, they probably would benefit from doing it. But again, a lot of people aren't like me. I mean, I do so well on my own. I mean, when I look back on the life that I've lived so far, I think the reason that I still really feel as good as I do and have such a good outlook on life is because I've been alone most of the time. I mean, it might seem terrible to some people to say that, but any time that I got together with another woman, you know, my life was in turmoil. Yeah, and so, and like I said, I've hiked alone and paddled alone for most of my life now, and the reason I still look forward to it and enjoy it so much, I think, is because I do it alone. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, let's keep moving along here. You can see my tracks coming in there. You can see how some places they're sinking maybe 6 inches, some places hardly anything. Now this bridge is tricky because there's only a couple of boards that go across here underneath the snow. And I actually did fall through there once, not with snowshoes on, but there's a big open spot on the other side there on the left-hand side. I'm just going to step in my tracks coming in, I guess. It's sort of, oh gee, it's sort of iffy. And it's deep, it's only a small stream, but it's deep. And the ice covering it is not thick enough. You go right through that. Oh man, I always feel a little trepidation going across there. Anyways, I made it. Like if my foot or even both my feet went into the water there, it wouldn't be so easy to get out. Yeah. Little things. Well, the sun is still shining, and it looks like it's going to keep shining. So I'm looking forward to going home and having some chocolate milk and tequila. Yeah. Okay. So. You can see here along this trail, there's not many hills. There's a little bit ups and downs, but not anything substantial. But I have to say, even though I don't like snowshoes, these snowshoes did pretty well after I got them on. Especially going up and down the hills. They were really exceptional for that. And that's because of the spikes on the bottom. No slipping at all. And like I said, turning around, backing up was a lot easier than other snowshoes that I've used. And that's because they're so short, you know. Oops. Yeah, see? I think they're 22 inches long. Yep. Anyways, I'm going to turn this off now. We'll keep going.